My name is Thea Holloway. I'm 34 years old. Last Tuesday, my daughter's first-grade teacher asked me to come in for a meeting. She wanted to show me a drawing, a family portrait with 5 people smiling inside a house. Outside, standing in the rain, was my 6-year-old daughter Lily. The teacher explained that when a child draws herself outside the family unit, it signals emotional exclusion. I recognized the house immediately, my parents' blue-roofed home, and I knew exactly which 5 people were inside. My family, smiling without us. I sit in a tiny plastic chair in Mrs. Brennan's classroom. She's taught first grade for 18 years. She explains they did a family drawing exercise. Most children draw their household. Lily drew something different. 5 stick figures inside, all smiling with big red crayon smiles. Outside, on green grass turned dark with blue rain, stands one figure. Smaller, brown hair, no smile. When a child places herself outside the family unit, Mrs. Brennan says, it usually indicates she feels excluded. Has Lily mentioned feeling left out at family gatherings? I don't answer right away. I'm looking at my parents' house and the 5 people inside who gather every Sunday for dinner without ever inviting us. The 5 people in the drawing have names: Gerald and Diane Prescott, my parents, Kyle, my younger brother, his wife Jenna, and their daughter Paige. Every Sunday, they sit down to dinner at my parents' house. I know this because my mother posts about it on Facebook. Sunday family, she writes. Pot roast, mashed potatoes, apple pie from scratch. I've seen those posts for 3 years. I've never been in one of those photos. It's not that I'm forbidden from coming. Nobody ever said, Thea, you're not welcome. It's quieter than that. Nobody calls, nobody texts, nobody saves us a seat. I showed up once about a year ago, unannounced, bringing a casserole and Lily in her Sunday dress. My mother opened the door and blinked. Oh, I thought you'd be busy today. We stayed, we ate. Marcus asked Gerald about the store. Gerald answered politely, then turned back to Kyle. Lily sat at the end of the table in a folding chair. Paige sat next to my mother, who cut her meat for her. On the drive home, Marcus said what he'd been saying for 5 years. They don't forget you, Thea. They choose. There's a bedroom on the 2nd floor of my parents' house. It used to be mine. It's Paige's room now. My mother redecorated it 3 years ago. Pale pink, white furniture, a wooden nameplate. Paige's room. It has stuffed animals, chapter books, framed photos of Paige and my mother. It's not a guest room. It's a permanent residence for a child who lives 15 minutes away. When I brought Lily over at Easter, about 6 months ago, she wandered upstairs. I found her standing in the doorway of Paige's room, reaching up to touch the nameplate. Can I see Paige's room? I let her in. She sat on the bed, ran her fingers along the bookshelf, opened the closet, and found a pink bathrobe with Paige's initials. Then she turned to me. Where's my room, Mommy? I didn't know what to say. I knelt down and held her. To explain Lily's question, I have to go back 10 years. When I was 24, my mother arranged a dinner with a man named Garrett Webb. He was polished and well-connected. My mother picked the restaurant and my dress. I went. I sat through 2 hours of him talking about market projections. I told my mother it wasn't going to work. She said, you never give anyone a real chance, Thea. 6 months later, I met Marcus at the flower shop where I worked. He was a second-year electrician with sawdust on his boots and a laugh that filled the room. We married 2 years later. My mother came to the wedding. During her toast, she said something I've never forgotten. I always wanted my daughter to be happy, even when the path she chose wasn't the one I'd drawn for her. By then, Kyle had already married Jenna. That wedding my mother had planned completely, because Jenna was the daughter of my mother's best friend. That marriage was my mother's project, her design, her proof that she could shape a family the way she wanted, and I was the one who broke the design. The label stuck. Diane Prescott's difficult daughter. 10 years of that label, and last Tuesday I watched my 6-year-old daughter draw the cost of it in crayon. I bring the drawing home and lay it on the kitchen table. Lily is coloring something new in the living room. I think about silence. I think about what happens if I fold this paper and keep doing what I've been doing for 6 years. 3 weeks ago I asked Lily if she wanted to visit Grandma's house. She used to light up. This time she said, no, just no. She went back to her coloring and didn't look up. My daughter has stopped hoping. At 6 years old, she has made peace with a door that was never opened for her. That's resignation. Marcus comes home at 5:30. He sees the drawing on the table. This is what I've been telling you, he says, for 5 years. Dr. Nina Caldwell's office is in a converted Victorian on Maple Street. Soft gray walls, 2 armchairs facing each other, tissues on every surface. I hand her the drawing. She studies it without speaking. Then she asks questions. How often does Lily see her grandparents? Does she have her own space at their house? When I finish, Dr. Caldwell leans back. This is consistent with emotional exclusion. Sustained patterns of differential treatment between grandchildren can produce measurable effects on a child's sense of belonging. She recommends a facilitated family conversation. She can write a letter to my parents, descriptive, outlining what she's observed. When a family sees a child's perspective presented by a neutral third party, it often breaks through denial. I think about my mother, about how she rearranges conversations until she's reasonable, and I'm the one making things complicated. Write the letter, I say. She also wants to see Lily for a few sessions before they bring the family in. I walk out into the afternoon sun and call my brother. Kyle picks up on the third ring. I don't rehearse it. I just tell him. Lily drew a family picture at school. Her teacher called me in. 5 people inside the house smiling. Lily's outside standing in the rain. She drew your house. Mom and Dad's house. Silence. Kyle starts a sentence 3 times. She probably just, kids draw all kinds of. Kyle, when was the last time Mom invited us to Sunday dinner? Another pause. I assumed you guys were busy. We've never been busy on Sunday. Not once in 6 years. He just sits in the silence with me. Can I see the drawing? I'll text you a photo. He doesn't call back that night or the next day. But I'm tired of giving everyone time while Lily stands in the rain. The following Sunday, I decide to stop waiting for an invitation. Marcus buckles Lily into the car seat. She stares out the window. We pull into my parents' driveway at 4:30. I ring the doorbell. My own childhood home. My mother opens the door. Her smile stiffens for exactly 1 second before she recovers. Thea, I thought you had a floral order today. I don't take orders on Sundays, Mom. She steps aside. Well, come in. Let me set extra places. Extra places. The table is already laid. 5 settings. I watch my mother pull 2 more plates from the cabinet. She does it with a hostess smile, the way you'd accommodate a neighbor. We sit. Lily ends up at the corner between Marcus and the wall. Paige sits at my mother's right hand. My mother cuts Paige's roast into small pieces. Lily watches. She picks up her own fork and cuts her own meat. She's 6. She does fine. 20 minutes in, Lily spills her water. Careful, my mother says. That's my good linen. 5 minutes later, Paige knocks over the gravy boat. Oops. Don't worry, sweetheart. Grandma will clean that up. My mother launches into the Paige report. Paige started piano lessons. Her teacher says she has natural talent. We're all going to the recital in October. She looks at Paige with genuine warmth. Then she turns to Lily. And Lily, what are you up to these days? The question is polite, but it's the same tone she'd use with a coworker's child. Pleasant, surface level. I like drawing, Lily says. That's nice. And just like that, we're back to Paige. My mother glows when she talks about Paige. After dinner, I help clear dishes. While rinsing plates, I glance at the refrigerator. 14 photographs. Every single one includes Paige. Not one of Lily. On the drive home, Marcus says it for me. I counted 14 photos on that fridge. Not one of Lily. The next Sunday, I ask Lily if she wants to visit Grandma's house. She's at the kitchen table drawing. She doesn't look up. No. Are you sure? No, thank you. There's no anger in her voice. Just a flat, practiced certainty. She's already decided. At 6, she's made peace with a door that was never opened for her. Marcus leans against the counter. She's 6, Thea. She shouldn't have to explain why she doesn't want to go somewhere she isn't wanted. He's right. I sit down in Lily's chair and look at what she's drawing. A house. Our house. 3 people inside. Me, Marcus, Lily. Big smiles. She's built a world small enough to feel safe in. I stare at that drawing until the lines blur. Then I call Dr. Caldwell. I need that letter sent now. And I'd like to schedule the family meeting as soon as possible. Are you sure? My daughter just drew her world, and she left everyone out who left her out first. The letter arrives on a Wednesday. Dr. Caldwell writes it on her practice letterhead. She describes the drawing, references Mrs. Brennan's observation. She writes one line I know will land harder. Patterns of differential treatment between grandchildren, when sustained, can produce measurable effects on a child's emotional security. My mother calls 47 minutes after the mail arrives. You sent a psychologist to our house. You think we're abusing that child? Nobody said abuse, Mom. The letter talks about exclusion. You always blow everything out of proportion. I'm asking for a conversation, Mom. That's all. No, absolutely not. She hangs up. 20 minutes later, my father calls. Your mother is very upset, but I read the letter. I read it twice. I didn't know she felt that way. Will you come to the mediation? Yes. I already told your mother I'm going. Just before he hangs up. I'm proud of you, kid. I should have done it years ago. My father apologized. It's 10 years late, but it's real. Kyle shows up at my front door on a Saturday morning. No call first. I need to see it, he says. The actual drawing, not the photo. I bring it to the kitchen table. He sits down and holds it with both hands. He traces the figures. That's Mom and Dad. That's me. That's Jenna. That's Paige. Then his finger slides to the right edge of the paper, to the little girl standing alone in blue crayon rain. And that's Lily. Yes. He sets the drawing down and presses his palms against his forehead. Neither of us says anything for a long time. I didn't know it looked like this, he says. His voice has a crack in it I've never heard before. It always looked like this, Kyle. You just never had to stand outside. He looks up. His eyes are red. I ate at that table every Sunday. I never once asked where you were. Not once in 6 years. I know. Mom said you were busy. And you believed her. I did. He stares at the drawing. I'm sorry, Thea. I should have asked. I should have called. I should have saved you a seat. Kyle tells me what happened when he showed the drawing to Jenna. She said, we didn't ask to be treated differently, Kyle. Kyle said, she planned our wedding, Jenna. She picked your dress. She chose the flowers. Paige has a bedroom at their house with her name on the door. Lily doesn't have a single photo on their refrigerator. Jenna went quiet. Kyle continued, that's not fair. That's the point. Jenna sat with that for a long time. Then she said, your mom told me once that Thea was the difficult one. I believed her. I never questioned it. I thought Thea just didn't want to come around. Jenna started crying. The slow leaking kind. The kind that comes when you realize you've been comfortable inside a system built on someone else's exclusion. Kyle called me that evening. Jenna and I are in. Whatever you need, the mediation, the therapy, we'll be there. For the first time in 6 years, my brother chose to set a place for me. My father calls me on a Tuesday evening. He's never been a phone person. So when he calls, I know something has shifted. I read the letter again, he says. His voice is slow, measured. The doctor says Lily drew herself standing in the rain. She did, Dad. Long pause. I didn't know that. I didn't know she felt that way. You are at the table every Sunday, Dad. I know, but I didn't see it. I sat right there and I didn't see it. Will you come to the mediation? Yes. I already told your mother I'm going. 3 days later, my mother calls. I want you to know what people are saying. They say you're overreacting. Did you show them the drawing? The drawing is irrelevant, Thea. Children draw nonsense. My mother shifts to familiar terrain. Ever since you married Marcus, you've changed. You pulled away from this family. I grip the phone. The old reflex kicks in. The urge to apologize. I feel it in my chest like a fist. I'm asking for a conversation, Mom. Will you come to the mediation? I will not sit in a stranger's office and be told I'm a bad grandmother. If you want to destroy this family, Thea, that's your choice. She hangs up. My hands are shaking. Then I look at the fridge, at Lily's drawing. No, not this time. Gerald works quietly and persistently. 3 days later, he calls. She'll come to a dinner, he says. Not the therapist's office yet, but she'll sit at the table and listen. I'll take it. Sunday. Our whole family at my parents' house. My mother has set 7 places. The meal is tense. She's making a show of including Lily. Lily, would you like to sit next to Grandma? It's the first time. Lily looks at me. I nod. She sits. My mother serves her first, cuts her chicken, asks about school. The gestures are technically correct but brittle. After the plates are cleared, my mother crosses her arms. So you wanted to talk? Talk. I pull out the drawing and lay it flat. 5 people inside a house, 1 girl outside in the rain. This is what your granddaughter drew when her teacher asked her to draw her family. My mother pushes the paper away. I'm not going to sit here and be judged by a crayon drawing, Thea. The tears come. My mother's chin trembles. You think I don't love Lily? When was the last time you called Lily on her birthday, Mom? She opens her mouth, closes it. Her eyes dart to Gerald, then to Kyle. Kyle speaks quietly. Mom, Lily's birthday was 3 weeks ago. You didn't call. Paige's birthday, you baked a 3-tier cake and posted it online. So now I'm a monster because I baked a cake? You're not a monster, Mom. But Lily noticed. She always notices. My mother turns to Gerald, her voice climbing. Are you going to say something? Gerald looks at the drawing. He reaches out and touches the little figure standing in the rain. He says nothing. My mother turns to Kyle, her last ally. Kyle, you see this, right? Kyle stares at the tablecloth. When he looks up, his eyes are wet. Mom, Paige has a room here with her name on the door. There isn't a single photo of Lily on your fridge. My mother's breath catches. I love you, Mom, but I can't unsee it. The kitchen goes silent. My mother turns to Gerald. Are you going to say something? My father looks at the drawing. He studies it carefully. She draws beautifully, he says. Our granddaughter draws beautifully. That's all. He folds his hands. My mother stands up and starts clearing dishes. I say, Mom, I'm not asking you to admit you're wrong. I'm asking you to see what Lily sees. Marcus speaks for the first time. His voice is low and clear. Nobody said crime. We're saying our daughter feels invisible in this house. I take a breath. If you won't come to mediation, Mom, then this is the last Sunday dinner I bring Lily to this house. 2 weeks pass. Then Gerald calls. She'll come. Dr. Caldwell's office has 6 chairs in a loose circle. Marcus and I arrive first. Kyle and Jenna come next. My parents arrive 10 minutes late. My mother sits in the chair farthest from me, arms crossed, jaw set. Dr. Caldwell introduces herself and sets ground rules. One person speaks at a time. We focus on behaviors. I want to start with the drawing, Dr. Caldwell says. She places it on the table. 5 smiling figures inside a blue-roofed house. 1 small girl outside in the rain. I'd like each of you to share what you see. Kyle reaches for it first. I see 5 people inside, happy, and 1 child outside alone standing in the rain. Gerald picks it up. I see my house, and my granddaughter isn't inside it. Jenna takes it. I see what I didn't want to see. Marcus holds it. I see 6 years of asking and being told it's fine. I see my daughter learning she doesn't belong. I don't pick it up. I see my daughter. She drew exactly what she experiences. Dr. Caldwell turns to my mother. Mrs. Prescott. My mother hasn't touched the drawing. She stares at it. It's a drawing, she says. Children draw all sorts of things. What do you feel when you look at it? Dr. Caldwell asks. Silence. Long silence. My mother's fingers twist her purse strap. Then slowly, her eyes fill. These tears come from somewhere deeper. I didn't think she noticed, my mother whispers. She's so little. I didn't think she could see it. Kyle stands up. He looks directly at our mother. Every Sunday, I sat at that table. I ate the roast. I watched Paige sit in your lap, Mom, and I never once asked why Thea wasn't there. Not once in 6 years. He picks up the drawing. Lily drew 5 people smiling in a house, and she drew herself standing in the rain because that's where we put her. Not just you, Mom. Me too. He turns to me. His face is blotchy and red. I'm sorry, Thea. I should have called. I should have saved you a seat every single week. Jenna is crying silently. My mother sits rigid. Gerald stares at his shoes. I'm not blaming you, Mom, Kyle says. I was part of it, and I'm done. Dr. Caldwell says gently, this is the beginning. Lily is 6. She doesn't have years to wait. The session ends. We just walk out. Kyle called me that night. I keep seeing the drawing, but for the first time in 10 years, I didn't feel alone. Everyone saw it, and Mom cried real tears. That night, I write an email to my parents and Kyle. Mom and Dad, I'm writing this to be clear. 3 things. First, Lily and our family are included in every family gathering, invited in advance, every time. Second, Lily needs to feel she belongs. A photo on the fridge, a drawer for her things, her artwork on the wall. Third, 4 sessions of family therapy with Dr. Caldwell. If these conditions aren't met, I will reduce visits. I refuse to let my daughter grow up believing she deserves the rain. Gerald replies within 2 hours. Agreed. I'll clear out the study and make a corner for Lily. My mother doesn't reply. I stare at my inbox. 5 days pass. On day 2, Gerald texts a photo of a cleared corner in his study. A small bookshelf. A child-sized desk. Colored pencils. On day 5, my mother calls. Her voice is tired. I'll come to the therapy sessions, she says. Thank you, Mom. I'll put something together for Lily. She needs her own space, Mom. Even if it's just a corner. Fine, I'll figure something out. A month after the mediation, I bring Lily to my parents' house. She holds my hand tight. Gerald opens the door. He kneels down and looks Lily in the eyes. I have something to show you, sweetheart. He takes her hand and leads her upstairs. The study has a corner by the window. There's a small bookshelf, a box of crayons, a kid-sized chair, colored pencils, and on the wall a wooden nameplate, Lily's Corner. Lily stands in the doorway. She reaches up and touches the letters one at a time. Then she turns to me. Her face holds recognition. The look of a child who finds her name in a place she never expected. Grandpa made this for me. He did, baby. She sits in the chair, picks up a crayon, and starts drawing. Just like that. Gerald stands watching. His eyes are wet. His hands are shaking. 3 months later, Mrs. Brennan calls. Lily drew another family picture today. I drive to the school. She hands me a piece of construction paper. The house is the same, but inside there are 7 people. Gerald and Diane, Kyle and Jenna, Paige, Marcus, me, and in the middle between Marcus and Gerald, holding both their hands, Lily, inside, smiling. I look closer. My mother's figure is inside the house, but slightly off to one side, not centered. Lily still feels the distance, but she's inside. It's not a fairy tale. It's a 6-year-old's honest assessment. I stand in that hallway and cry. The ugly kind. She's inside now, Mrs. Brennan says. She is. I spent 10 years believing I was the difficult one. I wore that label like a coat. Every Sunday I didn't get a phone call. Every holiday I wasn't included. I told myself I was demanding too much, that if I just stayed quiet, they'd make room. They didn't. It took a drawing, a 6-year-old girl with a box of crayons telling the truth. 5 people inside, 1 girl in the rain. That drawing broke something in me that needed breaking. The belief that I didn't deserve to be inside the house. My family isn't perfect now. My mother still holds Jenna closer. She still lights up for Paige in a way she doesn't for Lily. But Lily doesn't stand in the rain anymore. She has a corner with her name on it. She has a grandfather who brings her coloring books every Wednesday. She has a cousin who builds forts with her, and an uncle who calls her every week. She has a seat at the table. Setting boundaries didn't tear my family apart. It held the family up to the light. Here's where we are now. Sunday dinners happen every other week. Lily is in those photos. Visible, counted. Gerald comes to our house every Wednesday. He and Lily color together. They don't talk much. They don't need to. Kyle and I talk every week. Real conversations. My mother and I are careful with each other. I don't think she'll ever fully understand. But she tries. I keep the first drawing in my nightstand drawer. It's a reminder of what my daughter did right. She told the truth with crayons. The second drawing hangs on our refrigerator. 7 people inside, all together. One day I'll tell Lily about the first drawing. I'll say, "You spoke the truth that this family was afraid to hear, and because of you, everything changed." But for now, she draws every day. Bright colors, big smiles, everyone inside, and not a single drop of rain.